Got Kush TV, in conjunction with the official Ghana Be on the Return series, invite you to the biggest end-of-year pre-Kwanzaa celebration in the world, Black Trinity. Featuring a monumental lineup promoting the culture of the African diaspora from Ghana to the Americas and worldwide, including Reggie Rockstone, Usifu Jalloh, VVN, Malachi Selassie, Daddy Makes Dough, Tods, King Wiz, Tubada, Ras Ashiba, Mama Sia, Brother Leader Bandaka, Israel, Obadele Kambon, Sister Moot, Carla Marie, Yemaya Sankofa, Goldflow, and a special Voyage to Motherland panel discussion. All this and more, hosted by Nat Nye and Stella B, taking place Saturday, the 19th of December, 2020, from 12 p.m. GMT. Register absolutely free at gotkushtv.com to gain access to this exclusive live stream. And yes, you heard correctly, this event is absolutely free. Got Kush TV in conjunction with Ghana Be on the Return presents Black Trinity. This is an event.
It's a pleasure having you in Sierra Leone.
Yes, I'm glad to be here, AfriRadio. Yes.
So what is the purpose of your visit?
We are here, first of all, to just introduce the diaspora back to the motherland. So we're filming a documentary called Voyage to Motherland. And it's 5 years in the making. And it's all about dispelling myths about what people think when they hear Africa.
When you talk about the myths like what?
Oh gosh, some terrible things. So most people in the diaspora, when they think of Africa, they think of poverty, war, hostility, hostile environment. They call it the dark continent. And that's because of many years of brainwashing through the education system and us not knowing our history. So they don't teach history here, but they don't teach the history in the UK, definitely not in America. They've given a short story about our history, which is from slavery and civil rights in America. That's it. So you don't even really learn about the history of the black people in the UK as a UK citizen, let alone learning about what's actually happening on the motherland. So we're all about changing that. My partner and I, we got together 5 years ago, and from the divine, we feel like we were put together for this purpose so that we can dispel the myths and use our talents to really showcase the reasons why people should start returning home and, rediscovering
so how has this storytelling journey been for you?
Oh, it's been amazing. So far, like Salon is just so beautiful. We've just witnessed so many fantastic sights in nature and all the humans just being just so beautiful and kind. It's just been magical. And romantic.
I'll go over to you, Nat Nye. Of course, you too are a storyteller. Of course, you are good in your work, and you are here with Usifu Jalloh. And first off, I believe you're on the same mission with Stella. So I just want to ask, what are we going to benefit from your visit?
Well, it's a great question. First of all, I want to give thanks for having us. AfriRadio, and thank you to Usifu Jalloh for bringing us on board as well, the cow footprints. Yes, we told him about our mission, Voyage to Motherland, 5 years ago. So it's a pleasure being here and connecting with him here. My dad is actually Sierra Leonean.
Wow.
So this is a homecoming trip. So we've decided to go from Sierra Leone to Ghana because Ghana's opened up the doors for the diaspora this year. They said the year of return. So basically the global African diaspora from the Caribbean, Americas, and Europe are going to go to Ghana. So we're going for that purpose as well. And then we're going to end up in Nigeria where Stella's parents are based and they live there. So it's a whole coming trip. So here, Freetown I've got to see where my dad grew up. My dad went to the grammar school as well, so I've seen that. I've seen where my grandmother was buried.
So you've never been to Sierra Leone?
I've never been. This is my first time.
Wow.
So just like the other esteemed guest, Idris Elba, is very similar.
Okay.
So we're basically saying it's time now. I feel like we're wasting a lot of our time in the UK and in the West. We're wasting time using our energy to help build up a society that still hates us and shows us in various different ways how much they do. Mm-hmm. So it's time for us to come home and support our brothers and sisters here on the land that are doing the works. Mm-hmm. So we're literally making our impact here by shooting and doing our video and such, but also contributing artistically because that's our background. I'm Nat Nye, the lyrical alchemist. But also we want to inspire the diaspora to, like, at the very least, see this as a tourist base rather than seeing Spain or seeing America, Florida, or, you know, certain islands as that. Africa has got to be your home for at least tourism. And then where can we contribute in terms of investment? Where can we contribute in terms of what we know of what life is like in the West, where it's not so glamorous?
All right, so as a storyteller, you know, take us to some of your most memorable moments.
Since being here?
No, well, during your walk out there.
Wow, okay. My most memorable, I guess for point of reference, I've done a lot of performances. I guess primarily I enjoy performing for my own people. Okay. That's primarily. But in terms of the stuff that, you know, you get the stamps and soldiers get the badges. Yeah. So my badge would be performing, I guess, for Princess Anne, the daughter of the Queen. I performed at the American Embassy, museums such as Victoria and Albert Museum, Tate Britain, Tate Modern. Basically, you name the venue, I've done my thing there.
Wow. So, and from all these countries, you learn their cultures. You learn their cultures.
Yes.
So now what about our Sierra Leonean culture? What would you say about our culture?
I love it. Yes. It's rich. Okay. The African spirit is strong. And the resilience to manage to break free of certain traumas that obviously is still there. But us being here, we've been here for a week. Okay. And what we've witnessed and what we've felt, our souls, both Stella and mine, is feeling euphoric just from what we're seeing, from the people most of all, actually.
All right, continue to be with us.
Wow. Yeah, here we are in Freetown.
I tell you, so beautiful.
Enjoying this paradise, this nature's paradise. Look! It's December. I've not had a December like this ever in my life, where it's hot at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. I eat good food, blessed by the sun. The water's so soft you can't even believe. I mean, when I dry my hands, it still feels wet. That's what I'm saying. Flags it in full effect.
2016 when they recorded the stories them, we'll get videos of them, we get recordings of them, you understand? But next year 2020 we get intention for pull a magazine and for go big. Because the theme we use this year is very, very much significant. When are united we stand, beat tribalism.
So why that theme? Why the theme?
The theme we choose it deliberately. Looking at the current situation in Sierra Leone, we don't succeed as a nation for divide ourselves hugely, rather than we know unite ourselves or see ourselves as one. We don't see ourselves as timini, mende fula madingo kisi shabo, so on and so forth, rather than seeing ourselves as one Sierra Leoneans. So that's why we choose the theme here, so for see how we'll be able to cement that huge gap where we don't succeed for create. We're very, very negative towards the growth and development of our country.
All right, the aspect of storytelling, especially in a salon, I would say it's still new. But thank God we get the man himself, the living legendary radio way. Of course, we can talk more. I come back to Usifu Jalloh, Kalfoot, please. I say it's a pleasure because for us small at the area, and it's a pleasure meeting you in person and even talking to you, interviewing now. But Usifu Jalloh, who started this thing about storytelling all starts for you?
Oh, for me, it start na Kamakwie. I grew up born na Kamakwie and grew up there. And I grew up in a family of storytellers. Anybody we know Limba people them very well. Is an amazing group of storytellers then in general. So grew up with my granny, Mami Foyeri. We always they tell me story. Uncle Joseph, Uncle Soriba, Yamaunkati Bangura, Uncle Kuye. All these people all the time they for tell me story while being small. So anytime I go upline, I like to go fishing. When I don't fish, we don't catch fish like a gubobo, sering, we don't catch fish like a tompo, I always think that, I can go now. I don't put my fish down. So tell me, granny don't fry and for me find one. We don't, we get pamain, you don't boil the granite, find one. We don't roast the corn now. Monkey don't now the next now. The charm better when me belly the shine. But then me on cool case in a corner, it can get kongoma. They play the Kongoma fine one. So taking a kondi he can get. They play the kondi or the Kongoma. They tell me story them. Man, we can sit on the old net, So then if we don't I will go play what they call cuckoo. I don't know. I think English they say hide and seek or play cage. Okay. Well, up loud they say cuckoo. So so night times for me in Kamakwie just come alive, it was like the time you really look forward to that because you know say story then get for camp we then get for the tell you and it was just really lovely. But little did I know that then story then they will get for take me all around the world. Little did I know that. You understand? Because then when I come free tongue, I begin for do theater. Stuff them on that Dennis Streeter, late Dele Charlie Hafner, Raymond de Souza George, all these people and train me in theater. When are also another form of storytelling. But again, but not being recognized the relationship between the two. And I think a lot of people don't understand the relationship between the traditional oral storytelling and what they call drama. Okay. You understand? But basically not storytelling. It's just that with man they don't go write this one and call it drama or they call it play. Then we just get oral storytelling. But without oral, how are you able to write anything? You can't. Okay. So until I go America, then I go England, then I begin make the connection now between what I don't learn from women are picking to now for realize for say, oh my goodness, this is it. You see, because what in plenty we they do in Africa, we they learn for go look for an Sokoto, we actually it ain't say we Shokoto. Wow. You see? So, we they run for go look out for something we actually they within we. So we sense of grandeur. It's always something with the outside of we, when actually the sense of grandeur for the within. No, it's man, not the way the pull story reach me. No, not the way the pull story reach any African man. Then they will talk categorically. None. Now we are the originators of storytelling. Okay. Any story we belong to African man, them become multi-billion box office. Sure. If na lie, we Lion King come out. Multi-billion box office. Recently, Black Panther come out. Broke box office all over the whole place. These are African stories. Nothing on the way they touch this.
So what do you think say we need for do? No, come back to the country now. Somebody we don't fly the green, white and blue, we don't go represent with different countries.
Yes.
What do you think say we need for do as a country, for make sure say storytelling be part of it?
Well, first of all, they say know yourself not to cause. Now good advice. Okay. So the first thing we for begin for know now the value of waiting we get. Make we understand say waiting we get not to any strange thing we so backward. That's not the very first thing. I know they call me ancestors them backward. I know they call them devil. I know they call them for say they illiterate. They might not be able to read and write English. That not means that they're illiterate. Sure. Many of people then they write Arabic long term, but it not means they're able for write. Well, people then left story them for we in many different ways. Even the way they plant the ear, they write story there. The way they design with clothes, then print, all that story then they write there. You understand me? The ronko way wearer, where they put the cap, where that story they tell. Where they put the sleeve, when that story they tell. So what you may they ask for, we begin for do at this stage. Now for begin for quantify them thing there, let we begin research we self. Let we know about we self. Let we not look what we get because with man don't bring Christianity or Islam or whatever. Then because they say the Quran say this thing is haram or Christianity say this thing is bad. All of a sudden we say it bad. To me, no, because goodness I can point out a gazillion of things them within our man culture with terrible. I can point the same with Arab as well. Okay. But this not time we go for look within and begin understand in Frabe College. Why make we not get the faculties then they where they teach Mendeti Limba at high levels? Why make we not get them from primary school? Why make we not make sure all them primary schools that we get, make them teach all we languages them at least basic, all, no exception. Let me teach all just as basic. That one day, if we do that one day, within an instant, we wipe out tribalism. Because we begin to appreciate the quality of each language sector within our country, how they contribute for make we country better. Limba language is a scientific language. Now, with people that might not use the word science, that not mean say they don't know science. You understand me? Eh? They've already been practicing it. Now, so we begin for learn all the things about the language. You want to talk about onomatopoeia? What's with my language where they reach Limba or Mende language per onomatopoeia or alliteration? We get them whoop. If I begin for you, kondo mere man yogo baga tabankere kan komputo pontoro man kondo mere. We people get everything poetic panam.
Sure.
So when we begin for study this, now we get something for market. Now we get something what we put out there for say this now we have to contribute. Now the same thing the Chinese then do.
Sure.
Now I just come out China.
Okay.
It's either you do it Chinese way or no way.
Wow. So which means we be good is that the Chinese way you do.
Look, WhatsApp self they know they allow you. You have to do WeChat. Sure. Now the Chinese way. But when I go there, I do my African story. I find the two Chinese phrase they will go put inside it. But I teach them my African culture right there. Now, for example, in China, then they talk about the Great Wall of China. They say long, right? And that wall is pretty long. But do you know that there is a wall there was a wall in the ancient Benin city longer than the wall of China, built by Africans, black people. When you read some of the archaeologists like a George Steinzer, who's saying that black people are not capable of building anything to do like with the pyramids. Well, that's the story now you tell. But then when you go South Sudan, the pyramids in South Sudan older than the pyramids in up like Egypt. And there are numerous, 220 of those pyramids. Egypt gets 83. Who that built the pyramids in down Egypt? Now black man there. You understand me, eh? Right. But this kind of story that you know the area, how they build up, because they get sense.
Okay, Kafut means my holiday because we get two.
Greetings. Welcome to Voyage to Motherland on Got Kush TV with your host Stella B
and Nat Nye, the lyrical alchemist.
Yes, and we would just want to say thank you for watching this episode. If you'd like to support us, do follow us on
Got Kush TV.
Like and subscribe, and make sure you comment below.